Hey guys, in this video we shall discuss on an important topic on signal sketch, which is precedence rule. Okay, I'll try my level best to convince you. Just follow the steps. So it is of the form. Y of t is equal to x of at minus b. It is of the form y of t is equal to x of at minus b. So what do you mean by this equation? If a signal involves, I repeat again, if a signal x of t involves both time shift operation and time scaling operation, then I have to use a rule called as precedence rule. I cannot just randomly shift it or scale it and then shift it. There is a rule which we need to follow. In the following discussions, we will see what happens if I violate the rules, violate the precedence rule. Okay. So when do we use the precedence rule? Whenever a signal x of t involves both time shifting operation as well as time scaling operation, then we have to use the precedence rule. Okay, and it is of the form y of t is equal to x of at minus b. Okay, which part is the time shifting part here? Here x of t minus b. X of t minus b is the time shifting part, right? So I have to shift the signal right how many times? B times, right? Which part of this has time scale operation? It is x of a into t. X of a into t. So a is the scaling factor, right? Again I have to follow that. What happens if a is greater than 1 and what happens if a is in between 0 and 1? That has to be there. Okay, that rule I have to follow. Now while performing the time shifting part of the operation, you ignore the scaling part. While performing time scaling operation, you ignore the shifting part. That is what you need to follow now. Okay, while shifting, ignore the scaling part. While scaling, you ignore the shifting part. Let me try to convince you with an example so that it is easy for you to digest. I'll take up one example. Say x of t is this signal which is familiar for us. I have taken up the same example for both time shifting, time scaling and reflection. So it's a triangular waveform. So it starts from -1 and ends at 1. Its amplitude is 1. So this is the independent variable t. So this is my x of t, and if I ask you to sketch, y of t, the signal y of t, which is equal to x of 3t minus 2, x of 3t minus 2. Fine, I have a signal x of t and I want to sketch y of t, and y of t is x of 3t minus 2. Now isn't this signal involves both time shifting and time scaling operation? Yes, right? This is of the form what? X of at minus b, right? So if this is plus also fine. It's not like this has to be minus. This can be plus also. Whenever it is plus, what does it mean? So I have to shift it left, right? If it is minus, what does it mean? I have to shift it right. So don't worry whether this is plus or minus. If this is plus, we have to shift it left. If it is minus, we have to shift it right. That is there, okay? But whenever it involves both shifting and scaling operation, then I have to follow the precedence rule. Now, if this is the case, so what is that I need to do? Okay, before that, so before I take up this example, now whenever I have to follow the precedence rule, I have to take care of two steps. So step one, I have to sketch an intermediate signal V of t, small letter v of t. Okay, so step 1 is to get v of t, which is an intermediate signal. Okay, and this signal involves only time shift operation. Okay, so which part is time shift operation here? X of t minus b, right? So for time being we'll keep it as minus. Okay, so step 1 is to get an intermediate signal v of t, small letter v of t, which involves only shifting operation of the signal x of t. So in our case, shifting operation is what? X of t minus b. So whenever you are shifting it, ignore the scaling part. Don't even look at that a scaling part. Okay, you just have to shift the signal x of t minus b. If it is plus, you make it plus. If it is minus, you make it minus. Okay, fine. Now next step number 2 is you have to plot the signal y of t, the output signal y of t, and this involves only scaling operation, and you have to perform the scaling operation on the intermediate signal. Okay, so I repeat again, step 2 involves the scaling part, and while you are scaling the signal, you have to scale your intermediate signal, okay, which is v of what? Which is the scaling operation here? A, right? At, right? So v of a into t. Y of t is equal to v of a into t. So this will give you your resultant sketch of y of t. Now you might ask me, sir, what we needed was x of at minus b, and what you have sketched is v of at, and you are calling it as y of t. Whether this v of at is equal to x of at minus b? Yes or no? Shall we check it? Now, so if I know v of t, how do I get v of at? So I repeat again, if I know v of t, how do I get v of a into t? Right? How do I get v of a into t if I know v of t? What is v of t? I know v of t, right? What is v of t? V of t is x of, so v of t is x of t minus b, right? V of t is x of t minus b, and what I need is v of at. So if I know v of t, how do I get v of at? In v of t equation, right hand side of v of t equation, wherever t is there, you have to replace it by a into t. That's what I need to do, right? So shall we do that? So it is x of in this equation, wherever t is there, I have to replace it by at, right? So x of, I have t, I have to replace it by at, so minus p. So what I needed was x of at minus p, and what I got is x of at minus p, right? So this is nothing but what? X of at minus p. Fine. What if I do the other way around? So we'll come back to this later. We'll come back to this example later. What if I violate this precedence rule? So what does the precedence rule state? Says step 1, you have to plot the intermediate signal, and that intermediate signal involves only shifting operation. In the step 2, you have to plot your resulted signal, and resulted signal is nothing but scaled version of your intermediate signal. Okay, you have to scale the signal. Which signal you have to scale it? Not your x of t signal, you have to scale your intermediate signal v of t. Okay, so what if I violate it? Instead of what I'll do in step 1, I'll sketch an intermediate signal v of t. I'll sketch an intermediate signal v of t, which involves only scaling operation x of a into t. Instead of shifting it in the step 1, what I'll do, I'll scale it. In step 2, what I'll do, I'll shift the intermediate signal. What did I do here? I scaled the shifted signal. Now I'll do the other way around. So v of t, so minus p, right? So while shifting, ignore the scaling part. While scaling, ignore the shifting part. Right? So this is what? This is nothing but I have to call it as y of t. Now the question is whether this v of t minus b, which I have called it as y of t, is our original signal, resultant signal x of at minus p. We don't know, right? So we have to check it. So we will check it. Now if I know v of t, what is v of t? V of t is what? X of a into t. Right? Now I want is y of t, and what did we call y of t as? V of t minus p. Right? Now How do I get v of t minus b? In this equation, wherever t is there, I have to replace it by t minus b, right? So x of a into t minus b. I had t, so I replaced it by t minus b. And what happens to this? X of a into t minus a into b. Now, whether this is equal to x of at minus b, what I wanted was x of at minus b. And what did I get? X of at minus ab. So this is not what we needed. What we needed was this equation. So therefore, don't violate the precedence rule. Okay, whenever a signal involves both time shift and time scaling operation, perform the time shift operation first and call it with an intermediate signal v of t. Now in the step 2, you have to scale the intermediate signal v of t. That will be resultant of our original signal y of t. Okay, and while shifting the signal, ignore the scaling part. Don't even look at a part. And while scaling the signal, don't even look at the minus or plus b part. Okay, just ignore this shifting part and ignore the scaling part while doing the corresponding operation. Now we shall. I'll try to convince you with an example. So this is the signal I have. This is our signal x of t, which is varying from minus 1 to 1. Okay. Now I want to sketch. Y of t. Which is equal to x of 3t. I want to sketch y of t x of 3t minus 2. Okay, fine. So solution for this is, so this is of the form y of t is equal to what? X of at minus b. So this is of the form x of at minus b, right? Now this involves precedence rule. Now whenever this involves precedence rule, what I have to do is, so solution, step 1 is to plot an intermediate signal v of t, which involves only shifting operation. So it is x of t minus 2. Right? Now if I know x of t, right? This is my x of t. How do I get x of t minus 2? So if it is minus, what is this operation involved? It is time shift operation, right? Now in time shift operation, if you have minus, what is it I need to do? Do I have to shift it right or do I have to shift it left? So if it is minus, you have to shift it right. How many times I need to shift? 2 times, correct? No? So this signal shifted right 1 time, shifted right 2 times. So this comes at 1, 2 and 3, right? So this is what v of t looks like. So this is at time t is equal to 0. This is minus 1. This is 1. This is 2 and this is 3. Now shift it right 1 time, shift it right 2 times. So it starts from 1, goes to 2 and comes back to 3. So amplitude remains same at 1. This is t. Okay. Fine. Step 1 is v of t is equal to x of t minus 2. Now what is step 2? Step 2 is I have to sketch my output signal y of t, the resultant signal y of t, and this involves what operation? Scaling operation, and this scaling operation has to be done to my intermediate signal, right? So v of what is that? 3 into t. So ignore the shifting part now. Okay. So what I want is v of 3t. Fine. Now if I know v of t, which is v of t here. So this is my v of t signal, correct? No? If I know v of t, how do I sketch v of 3t? And what is this signal operation? It is time scaling operation, right? This is of the form what? Y of t is equal to x of a into t, right? If a is greater than 0, what happens? If A is in between 0 and 1, greater than 1, what happens? If A is in between 0 and 1, what happens? Right? So if A is greater than 1, it is compressed version. If A is in between 0 and 1, it is expanded version. Right? Now what is the value of A here? So A is 3, which is greater than 1, so it is compressed version. Right? Now how do I perform this compressed version of the signal V of t? So let me just plot this. I have 0 here, I have 1 here, 2, 3 and so on, minus 1, minus 2. So what is the value of A here? A is 3, right? So value of A is 3, correct no? Now, so what I have to do is, so in the signal V of t, for all the t operation, for t varying from minus infinity to infinity, I have to multiply inverse of A. Right? This is what we discussed on time scaling operation, right? So you have to take the inverse of A, and that value has to be multiplied everywhere in the given signal for the t, for the independent variable, right? Now, so so this makes sense, multiplying makes sense between 1 and 3, right? Because for other values of t, there is no signal is completely 0, so it does not matter, but so I have to concentrate from 1 to 3. Okay. Now, so you have to take inverse of A, which is 1 by 3. So that 1 by 3 is multiplied to 1, right? So what happens? 1 into 1 by 3 is, so I get 1 by 3 somewhere here, 1 by 3, and 2 into 1 by 3 is 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 I get somewhere here, and 3 into 1 by 3, so 3 by 3, which is 1, so I get here 1 is here. Okay, so now this 2, what is the amplitude at 2? It is 1, but what happens to the amplitude at 2 by 3? So it remains the same. So amplitude does not change, right? So now at 1 it increased, and from here to here it is decreasing, and amplitude is same, which is 1. Okay. So this is basically the signal what? X of so V of 3t, right? Now if I know V of t, what is V of 3t? In the right hand side of this equation, wherever t is there, I have to replace it by 3t, right? So I have x of t minus 2, so t has to be replaced by 3t minus 2, right? So this is what I wanted. I wanted to sketch x of 3t minus 2. So I ended up with x of 3t minus 2, which is this sketch. Okay. If I mean, let me try to convince you with one more example so that you'll get used to it. So say I have a signal, a rectangular pulse. This is minus 1, minus 2, this is 0, this is 1, this is 2. Okay, this is the independent variable t, and I have amplitude 1. Fine. So it is starting from minus 2 and ends at 2. Its amplitude is 1. It's a rectangular pulse. Okay, and I want to sketch y of t is equal to x of 2t plus 4. I want to sketch the signal x of 2t plus 4. This involves precedence rule. Obviously, this is of the form y of t is equal to x of at plus b, right? If this is the case, what is the step 1? Step 1 is I have to plot an intermediate signal v of t, which involves only time shift operation, which is x of t plus b. What is step 2? Step 2 is I want to sketch v of at, and this v of at is our resultant signal y of t, right? So we'll do that. Step 1. So I want to sketch an intermediate signal v of t, which is equal to, which involves only time shift operation, which is x of, so ignore the scaling part, to t plus 4, right? So if you know x of t, and x of t is a rectangular pulse, how do I get x of t plus 4? So it is a shifting operation. If it is plus, I have to shift right or left. So I have to shift it left. How many times? 4 times I need to shift it left, right? So if I do that, so 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time. So this part of the signal comes here 1 time. So comes here 2 times, comes here 3 times, and comes here 4 times. So entire thing goes here, right? So this is our origin 0. This is -1, -2, -3, -4, so -5, -6. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this part of the signal comes at -2, and so 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this comes at -6. Right? So amplitude remains same 1. Correct? No? So the total distance is what? 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit, 4 unit. So 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit, 4 unit. Yes, fine. So this is the signal, rectangular signal, shifted left 4 times, right? Okay. So this is my step 1, which I got V of t. Now what is the step 2? So step 2 is to get the resulted signal y of t, and this involves scaling operation, and that scaling operation have to perform on the intermediate signal. So V of at, but what is the value of a, which is 2t, right? So where, now what is the value of a is 2, right? Now how do I scale it? How do I scale this signal? Now I have to take the inverse of a, which is 1 by 2, and I have to multiply everywhere in V of t, right? Now a is 2, inverse of a is 1 by 2. So -6 gets multiplied with 1 by 2. So it is -6 by 2, which is equal to -3, right? So this goes to -3. -3, this is -2, -1. So this amplitude goes to -3. Whereas -2 gets multiplied with inverse of a, which is 1 by 2. So -2 into 1 by 2, which is -2 by 2, which is equal to -1. So this goes to 1. So our amplitude is compressed version. So it starts from -3 and ends at -1, and its amplitude is 1. So this is the t. Okay. Now mathematically, does it holds good? So what I need is V of 2t, and we know V of t. So how do I get V of 2t in terms of x of t? It is x of wherever t is there, you have to replace it by 2t, right? So 2t plus 4. Okay, this is what I wanted, x of 2t plus 4, and this is what the sketch we have. So this is how we have to follow the precedence rule. Okay, first you have to shift the signal and call it with an intermediate signal V of t, and you have to scale the intermediate signal. Fine. So while solving the problems, we will take up few examples with a complicated signal. Okay.